Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with selections for Friday, the 27th of January. But first, a quick recap. Well, zero returns today. The first race we had a 28 to 1 fifth place and a non-runner also in that race. The next leg, we had, I know we had a nowhere, it was never involved, but also we had a horse that drifted, I think from 14s to 66s. Not quite sure what it returned because it doesn't really matter in the end, but they only paid out in the first three, and the horse came fourth at 66 to 1. Well, that would have been a very nice return, just those two horses in a 25 pence each way double, 28s and 66s. Unfortunately, as the current look is going, it came fourth, and unfortunately, yes, as I've just said, no returns. And then the last horse, it travelled well in last, but never made any progress, top and bottom. So no, garbage really. So I've been looking at Cheltenham the last couple of days, and I tell you what, I hope it's on because I really fancy some horses. I've picked three out so far. I was going to give you one of the horses then, just like I wasn't planning on it, but I can't remember what it's called now. It's one of Philip Hobbs's in, I think it's a 2 mile, 3.5 furlong race. And it was second favourite at Cheltenham at the festival. But if you can remember, if you can find what it is, put it in the comments if you want. But you're going to find out what it is Saturday anyway, or Friday night anyway. So let's get on to Friday's bets. So Friday's horse racing selections are to be included in a 30 pence each way lucky 15 and a 50 pence each way accumulator. I'm going for some very tasty prices, and this is the reason why. So the first horse is Gin and Tea at 66 to 1. I've taken the price in the 250 at Lingfield, paying 4 places instead of 3. Every single horse in this race has never ever won over this distance, 1 mile 4. Don't get me wrong, our horse may struggle if they go a dawdle because a lot of them have got 1 mile and 1 mile 2 tactical pace. Well, this horse has been running. It ran okay 3 runs ago over course and distance, and it's been stepped up to 1 mile 6 and done nothing. Don't get me wrong, this horse is it's no good, but it could sneak a place at 66 to 1 when let's say they go off too quick. This horse is normally held up towards the back or mid division at worst. At best. So it could possibly sneak a place, and you've got, I think is it Adam Keatley taking number 5 off. So it's got no weight, and it can't get any lower. Well, I'm pretty sure it can't get any lower in the handicap ratings. I think it's off 46. So yeah, if it's going to get a place, now's its only chance really. The second selection is Frisky at 25 to 1 in the 355 at Lingfield, paying 4 places instead of 3. Well, this horse ran well, not last time, the time before. It had Kevin Stott on board, and it's a better horse when it's held up, or as I say, mid-division like the previous horse. Well, it pressed the leader last time at Southwell. Well, it's the first time it ever been to Southwell, and maybe it just didn't handle the track, or maybe it just didn't like pressing the lead. Well, hopefully with a bit more restraint, it could sneak a place at least again. So 25 to 1, tasty price for a horse that's relatively consistent. The third selection is Rendition at 9 to 2 in the 515 at Wolverhampton, paying 4 places instead of 3. Basically, it's a poor race. It's a horse that has been running well, and I think it's very well handicapped. And Molly Phillips takes some more weight off its back, and I think it's got a cracking chance. It needs to win really at that price. And finally, yes, I'm sticking with it. It hasn't got the best of draws. It's drawn the widest of all. But what I have noticed is they've actually left the cheek pieces off today. Well, ever since Scott Dixon had this horse from, I think it was Roger Varian, they've actually put cheek pieces on it from the very start. Well, let's just imagine that it's absolutely hated those cheek pieces all along. That's what's actually been causing the problem. It hates the cheek pieces. It probably isn't the reason, but let's say it is. The cheek piece is off. Yeah, I think it's rated about. I think it's 57 now, and I think it rated 75 at one point. So it could potentially be very well in if the cheek pieces have been causing the problem all the time. The horse needs to ideally race mid-division. So we'll see what happens. Some tasty prices. Hopefully, we can get a minimum couple of them placed at least. So those are the bets for Friday. So it's a 30 pence each way, lucky 15, and a 50 pence each way accumulator comes to £10 in total. So fingers crossed. Let's hopefully pick some winners for the weekend and the football as well. I think this week's probably been a bit of a write-off, really. I've been doing plenty of studying. It's just not really worked out. I just think whatever, like I said the other day, whatever I touch is turned to stone at the moment. But all of a sudden, we know how it works. There'll be a couple come in, and the legs will start wobbling because of the decent prices, and then who knows what could happen. So anyway, if you give this video a like or a subscribe, that'd be absolutely fantastic. I shall see you Friday night. So the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.